Good morning, everybody. Popeye says good morning. How are you? I'm in the baby's room with my old furniture, my furniture that I had when I was a kid. And now it's our baby girl's furniture, so Popeye's getting used to having that in here. He's so excited. I need to show you something. Look, the mobile is here. I had this made on Etsy. If I can remember the store, I'll put it in the description box. I paid for this. She didn't sponsor, but I just think she did a fabulous job, and she had it done in like 2 days. 2 days for that. It was so cute. So here's the baby's room. I got the dresser that's gonna have to get anchored. I have the desk, and I have the short dresser, and I don't have the mirror on it yet. I haven't decided still if I'm gonna put that mirror on there. I kind of want to, because I don't want to have to keep buying a bunch of like wall decorations to fill space. I'd rather just have the mirror there. Even though babies don't use mirrors, I'd rather have that there. But I thought I'd talk to you guys about something that I've been going through the last week or so. When I went to the doctor last week, they did my glucose tolerance test, just the 1 hour test, just like a pre-screening to see if I was at risk for gestational diabetes. Now the glucose tolerance test is also a test they do to diagnose polycystic ovarian syndrome, which we all know I have. But that test came back clear for me, and I took that back in October. So 4 months before I got pregnant, I had a glucose tolerance test done. Had to pay for out of pocket because we have horrible insurance. And it cost almost $1,000 for me to do that test. So at the doctor's office, they did the 1 hour test, and I was fine with that because, you know, I'm pregnant, my body is changing, let's just make sure everything looks good. And to my not so surprised self, they came back and said I failed. Which I'm not surprised at all, because, you know, my baby had choroid plexus cysts that disappeared 4 weeks later. Which I know they disappear, but I don't know. I just am always very cautious with medical stuff. I listen, I talk to my doctor, and I'm not going to be like, I'm never one of those stubborn people where if the doctor says something, I'm just like, no, and I put my foot down. But I am going to do my research, and I am going to see if there are other options. So since I failed this test by like 9 points, because I think their cutoff, their personal cutoff is 130, and mine was 9 higher than that, I just didn't feel like it was necessary to go and pay for another glucose test, because I already did one. Now they're wanting me to do an even more expensive one. I basically said, is there another option? Because I did this test and I passed it already. My family has no history of diabetes, no history of gestational diabetes. One of my sisters has PCOS. She didn't have any gestational diabetes. I feel like that should show that most likely I'm not going to have gestational diabetes either. So my doctor decided to meet me in the middle and have me do glucose monitoring. So I have to get test strips and all that stuff, and I don't know much about diabetes at all. As I said, it doesn't run in my family, it doesn't run in Nate's family. And I figured it was going to be expensive because I know people with diabetes, and I know how much it costs them to get their medication, and I knew that was just like the insulin is really expensive, but I figured like the whole process was expensive. So I talked to the nurse on the phone and asked about the monitors at Walmart that they just have sitting over the counter that anybody can walk up to and buy, and they have them on Amazon and everything that you can just buy. And they flat out told me that you can't buy those without a prescription, and I said, then why are they on the shelves at Walmart? And they just acted like I was crazy. So they called in a prescription for me for the monitor, the test strips, and whatever. And I talked to the pharmacy when those got ready, and the test strips alone, not the monitor, the test strips alone were going to be almost $300. I don't even know how many that was going to get me. And so then I talked to the pharmacist on the phone and asked him, what's the difference between the monitor that the doctor prescribed? And I still had a choice. Like, I could have changed what monitor, that prescription monitor I got, I don't know. And then I asked him the difference between that and the ones that you guys have at CVS on the pharmacy. And he said, really nothing. He said maybe the more expensive one is just a tad bit more accurate, but not so accurate where it's gonna give you like false readings saying like your blood sugar is too high or it's too low. Like it's gonna be within a few numbers. And I thought, those cost like $30. And he was like, yeah, I know, those cost $30. I said, well, wouldn't I be better off just doing that? Because I don't have diabetes. This is just to monitor me and make sure everything's okay. And he said, yeah, that's what I would do. So that's what I'm doing. I've made the informed decision. Hopefully you guys don't get too mad at me. I am keeping, since they came back with that test, I am watching what I'm eating, watching the amount of sugar intake, carb intake, and that sort of thing. So I am taking it seriously, but not so serious where I'm gonna blow the bank for nothing. Because they did this choroid plexus cyst on my baby's brain thing to me and tried to talk me into doing like amniocentesis and all this stuff that was gonna cost me about 10 grand. And now, you know, 10 weeks later, they're trying to do this gestational diabetes. You might have gestational diabetes. And this could all be over if I would just do that glucose test. But I don't know, I just don't want to fall into that trap because doctors are there to help, but they're there to make money too. It's a business, so I am always just very cautious about it. So my glucose monitor came last night. Nathan did the first, like, let's try to figure out how to do this because neither of us know what we're doing. And so now today I'm going to start documenting, and I have to do, when I wake up, which is, I've just woke up, which is why, and then an hour after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I got 100 test strips on Amazon and a meter for $30. So way better than $1,000 for the whole glucose tolerance test. So that's gonna be good. So I'm gonna get Nathan because he is home and he's gonna help me do this again because I'm just not brave enough. It doesn't hurt. I already did this. It doesn't hurt, but it's just freaky. So if you don't like needles, skip ahead like 30 seconds. Dr. Nathan's in the house.
We figured the best way for me to get over white coat syndrome is to be a white coat.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah. It isn't funny. It really sucks. If I had to do this, I'd probably just curl up in a ball and cry all day. So
you're lucky I'm tough.
She is tough. She's way tougher than me.
So yeah. He is my doctor. I made him figure all this stuff out so he can do this to me every time, 4 times a day.
You ready?
Is that on the right setting like what you did last night? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
3, 2, 1. Ka-ching. Oh.
I didn't do it.
You didn't feel it?
I mean, it kind of did it, but not enough.
Did you feel it though?
Barely.
Okay. I gotta push a little
Let's
harder.
do it again.
I can see a little.
Yeah, but not enough.
Okay.
You gotta squeeze it for me since I'm holding the camera.
3, 2, 1. Ka-cha.
Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it.
Blood.
Squeeze it. Squeeze my finger.
I'm not squeezing it much harder.
Is that enough? That's probably not enough. You're gonna waste a test strip.
That's enough. It's enough. We're getting there.
Hurry.
More blood.
Error. It's not enough blood.
I'm getting there.
Nathan, it errored because you didn't put enough blood on it. Now you have to do it to me again. Nathan,
we're new at this.
Are you doing this on purpose? I told you it wasn't enough. You got to squeeze it out. That's what the instructions said.
I know how hard to squeeze your finger.
Just squeeze it.
I'm sorry.
This is taking too long and I'm hungry. I can't eat till we get this done.
We're going. Okay, here we go. Put that in into 3.5.
Now listen. Squeeze my finger after you do that.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that one hurt more.
Yeah, because it's deeper.
Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it.
Squeeze it. That's enough blood. That's a lot of blood. There.
4,
counting down.
3, 2. Thank you, sir.
What are we at? 91.
91.
This is low.
I think that's good, though.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's supposed to be. See, I don't even know.
91.
I have to do some more research. I forget.
You're supposed to get 100.
I mean, that's still an A.
Yeah, I think the range, the healthy range is like 70-something to 130-something.
That's like good.
Yeah.
But I think 91. That's like normal, right?
Yeah.
So I have to write that, I have to put that on my chart, and I have to start charting today.
Chart it up.
Chart it up. So as I'm sitting here, getting ready for the day, I can't help but think, like, should I share this whole diabetes thing? Should I not? And I'm gonna share it, but I do feel like I have to defend myself because unfortunately in today's society, like, you can't share anything without having people pass judgment. That's just life, so I'm used to it, especially with the RC Saylors channel. We get it on like every 10-minute basis, someone just judging us and thinking they know everything about us. So I am gonna say this: I'm not a dummy. I'm not stupid. I'm not going into this whole you might have gestational diabetes ignorant. When I said that I don't know anything about diabetes, I meant that I don't know how to test my blood sugar. I do know stuff about, I do know what diabetes is, and I understand how dangerous it is. I have a caseload of 250 clients, and of those 250 clients, at least a fourth of them have diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2. One of my amazing coworkers has dealt with diabetes for a long time, and it's caused her a lot of trouble because she doesn't monitor it. And my neighbor is coming home today without his second leg. So he's lost both his legs in the last year. So I understand the risk. I understand how diabetes can impact me during this pregnancy. I understand how diabetes can impact my baby during this pregnancy. So I'm not going into this ignorant. That's why I said I'm watching my diet and I'm doing the glucose test. I'm not going to be guilted into spending money when I honestly, truly feel like this is not a problem. I look at things very objectively, especially when it comes to my health and my family and my safety and my well-being. I look at it very objectively, and I know I don't have gestational diabetes, and this is gonna prove it. So that was test 1 of the day. I am out of eyeliner, so none of that today. So that was test 1. I have 3 more to go today, and I'm going to continue to do this till my next doctor's appointment, which is in 2 weeks, and I guarantee you all the numbers are going to be fine. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am very knowledgeable about different diseases and disabilities, impairments, whatever you want to call them, and I would never do something that I know would put me at risk, or my baby at risk, or my family at risk. So just keep that in mind before you pass judgment in the comments. And if you are a mom, or a second-time mom, or a soon-to-be mom, then you know mom guilt, and I feel like sometimes medical professionals will prey on mom guilt. So stand up for yourself in an intelligent way, and I think it'll save you a lot of money, because it's already saved me $10,000 on an amniocentesis and $1,000 on a glucose tolerance test. Look at him doing my diabetes stuff. How does Matt say it?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. It's not Matt that says it that way.
It's the old guy.
The old guy.
The old guy commercial. Does anybody remember that? Wasn't that a long time ago?
He's a big guy, rides around on a horse.
Diabetes.
He talks about diabetes.
You're getting to be a pro at this.
This is the 3rd time I've done it now. 3 times.
122. It's supposed to be under 140 mg/dl.
No, 130.
No, I read on Google that when you test it an hour to 2 hours after you eat, it needs to be under 140. It's under 140.
Yeah.
Boom!
122.
Here's my lunchtime reading, 105. Did this one all by myself. Pricked my finger and everything. But it's easier when Nathan does it. So that's even lower than this morning. Even lower than this morning. And they're saying I have blood sugar issues.
What we have is money that they want, which we don't even have, to be spending on $1,000 glucose tests. $30.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Okay, last test of the night. was $118, so not too shabby. I'm gonna keep doing this. I probably am not gonna bring it up much anymore until my next doctor's appointment, but that's what we're doing right now. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting us on this journey. We appreciate you guys so much. Go be awesome, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!